Oh, good, thanks.
Eleanor, like this.
The good news is you got
Use that one. I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodian of the land we are meeting on, the Whadjuk Noongar people. I wish to acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and the contribution they made to the life of this city and this region, as well as their strength and resilience. I also wish to pay my respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. So what we're going to do tonight is I'll briefly introduce myself if you don't know me. Most of you in the room do, but we do have some people online that may not know me. So my name is Eleanor. I'm a board member, but I'm also part of Captain Planet, who is hosting the Squat Summit tonight. So on behalf of Captain Planet, because I'm the representative, I would like to, give a bit of a shout out to Gemma, because unfortunately she couldn't be with us tonight. She's not feeling great, but we do have David that's going to be stepping in on her behalf. So Gemma, we're going to give her a little bit of a shout out and a thank you for coordinating the donation. She's been helping us and Tristan book the plasma and blood donation, so we did extremely well. We booked, I think, between 7 and 9 people tonight, so that's really good. Thank you all who have donated. So David is the group account manager for the Perth CBD Donor Centre. He must be very busy. And he will give us an overview of the donor centre and blood donation in general and why it's so important that we do give if we can. David, you'll have about 10 minutes to do whatever you want, and then we'll have 5-minute Q&A. So I will launch your presentation now. That's the squad. So that's Captain Planet.
And why is it Captain Planet?
We just decided on a name randomly. So, I mean, it was decided at the changeover when we knew who was basically going to be in our squad. And they came up with a name. For anyone that wasn't born in, the 80s, 90s, it's a cartoon. Or a comic.
Is that including you? You speaking for yourself?
Well, I mean, I was born then, but I've never actually watched it. So I let my squad decide of the name and I embraced it. I didn't do the housekeeping, but it's a small space and you've all seen where the bathroom were. Maybe David can mention, more familiar with the space. Okay, so we're just looking for the presentation there. Do you know where it is? Keep going and then come back to the highlight later.
Is it wrong with that, maybe?
Oh.
Yep, I'll get it.
Wherever you feel comfortable. But we do have people online, so it'll be good if they can see you. Yeah, David. Did you want me to flick through the slides?
I'm guessing everyone can see. So online. Jumped in. How did the donation go? All good?
Yeah, it's good, thanks. I'll talk about that.
So, that's switching over. Fantastic. Now, so my name's Dave. I do work with Lifeblood, and I look after a few of the donor centres in WA, and basically we work to ensure the blood supply is sustainable and ready and available for everyone as well. So I'll run through a quick few slides. I'm just going to talk about why we need blood, the importance of it, and how people can get involved. Obviously, you're all you've got quite a bit of reach around the community through community groups, through your organisations, your workplaces. So there's a big reach that you can all impact, which would be fantastic, and that will help us get more people involved. Because as things are at the moment, we do have we do need people to come in and donate blood as often as possible. So spreading your reach through your organisations and community groups would be fantastic in helping us achieve the goals that we need to get blood through. So this is not it's changing on there, but not here, but that's fine. So basically, so people can actually see here what's going on. So why Lifeblood is basically the name that we have rebranded to about almost 2 years ago now, 18 months ago, where we have got 4 different arms of the organisation. So we reach through the blood bank, a milk bank for premature babies, so we get breast milk from mothers who can actually, who are able to help and give extra milk. We've got a tissue typing bank and a microbiome bank, which is, in layman terms, a poo bank. So it's a very new and futuristic and exciting science.
Bank of poo.
Pretty much.
Wow.
We basically
Get
get...
excited about that.
It does sound exciting. So basically, it's actually it's an emerging science, and we're basically at the forefront of it for WA and for Australia, where we're getting healthy poo donors, and we're actually getting them through after screening and testing. We're actually getting their healthy poo and into capsules, and getting it into people's gut who are having huge gut issues, intestinal issues. It's also linked to things like depression, to Crohn's disease. There's a lot that is affected from your gut, so we're going to be helping in that side of it. So it's exciting, it's new, but we're just going to get people past this initial, I suppose, the stigma behind it. But obviously you can see Tristan's very excited, so he's he might be our first guy.
Got a couple of nappies coming your way.
Alright, I'll sign you up.
How do you ingest it?
It will be ingestible in small capsules.
Capsules.
Obviously,
Never know. Never
treated
know.
and processed, and it's
Consider it probiotics.
yeah, very similar to probiotics, but in a much more direct fashion as well. So this is lifeblood. All of these channels together are all lifeblood. So we are the lifeblood of the nation, as we like to say. So basically, 1 in 3 people will need blood in their lifetimes, and this is from a whole heap of different factors and illnesses that people go through. So yeah, you can count that. How many people in this room will need it? So 1 in 3 will need blood in their life. 1 in 30 people actually donate. So there's a big gap there. So Australia has about I think we're almost 26 million people population now. Of that 26 million, we've got about 9 to 9.1 million people at any one time that are able to donate. So 9 million people that are able to donate out of that 26. Of that 9 million people, last year we had 521,800 people that actually donated blood, and that's for the whole country.
Wow.
So there's a big gap there. And so that those 521,808, I think it was, those people actually supply blood and plasma for the whole country. So there's a big gap there of people that are eligible to donate. We just need to spread the word, raise the awareness, raise the education, and this will help us get through what we need to do. So this is what we actually use, the blood and plasma that we collect, what we use it for, from 34% for cancer and blood diseases, through to 2% for trauma and road accidents, everything else in between. There's surgeries, there's pregnancies, there's autoimmune diseases, there's vaccines. There's so much that we actually use blood and plasma for to create different products, that we always need blood donors to come through and always need new donors to come through the system. So for every donation you make, on average, you can actually save 3 people's lives. So how many of you donated today? You donated. Was anyone else? You donated as well. And there was one other girl that donated.
Kiru, yeah.
And maybe, I think it was maybe 5 in total.
Yeah, so there's a few friends of the club, one of the guys that
Yes.
falls out there as well. Yeah.
So say the 5 people that donated, with 3 lives each that you saved, that's 15 lives that you'll save just from the blood from you guys today, which is fantastic. It's straight to the point. There's no messing around with it. We use this blood and this plasma to save people's lives. So it's, again, as I mentioned, it's just always needed. The blood types, do you know what blood type you are?
O positive.
O positive, there you go, which is the most common blood type in Australia. So we need all the different blood types to come through. Some are more popular or more common than others. But in saying that, we still need the least or the less popular blood types, because there are still people with AB negative and with AB positive that still get sick that need blood. So we need everyone to come through. So the lifeblood teams is so Rotary of Elizabeth Quay is a lifeblood team. Different organisations have their teams where they actually get people together and donate together, and we can actually count and tally your donations. As I mentioned to Nick, BHP, where you're at, have a lifeblood team. They've got they've got a couple hundred members in there, and they donate almost 900 donations a year, right from their office here, which is fantastic. So it's all about getting these groups and these communities together to come in and donate blood and help out. So all this blood collected and teams help people like Mapalo, who has a form of sickle cell anemia. So every month she needs fresh blood and fresh plasma to basically stop their system from shutting down and taking itself. So this is one example out of thousands every single day where people actually go to hospital or they've got self-cannulating kits that they do at home. They get a plasma infusion into their system, and that basically gives them a pump up and stops all kinds of issues from happening. So eligibility requirements, these are the main ones that we need to be concerned of. Feeling fit, healthy, about 6 to 7 days clear of any coughs and colds. About 7 days after any flu or COVID vaccines, you can donate after that. Between 18 and 75 years old, over 50 kilos, and a big one for WA, Australia, but WA in particular, is people that were in the UK for more than 6 months, between 1980 and 1996. That was the CJD, or mad cow disease. So we still have issues with that, but we need to be careful on, because we can't detect it basically. So it's a very complex issue, like the proteins in the DNA from mad cow disease can sit dormant and hide in your system for about 40 years. So we need to be very careful because it can still be passed on, it's still blood transmissible. So you can jump on the website to have a look at the numbers, but I chucked a few numbers on here. So obviously you guys are a very new team that are coming through. So you've got 5 donations so far from people that have linked to the Rotary of EQ team this year. So that'll jump up today after the 5 donations from you guys today. But all the donations under Rotary Australia for WA were 28. So there was a Rotary Club of Baldivis. There was a group created Rotary of 9455, which I believe is Perth and surrounding Perth. So that was 28 for that. Nationwide, I think Rotary Australia has done about 630 donations for us all today. So it's quite active. So I know
Could be better.
WA, it'd be great to get some more engagement with the WA groups. There's a lot of people that do it.
I don't think it's run for a couple of years now, but there used to be a competition run once a year between Rotary and I think it was the FISA.
Okay.
And they used to have a bit of a competition as to who could donate the most blood. Do you
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that? And I think that actually encouraged a lot of people
It
to
does,
actually do
We've got a
it.
few competitions that happen, some challenges through the year. I would just name as well the WA Resources Challenge where BHP, Sheffield and Rio all kind of compete to see who can donate and save the most amount of lives over the course of a year. We've got the Emergency Services Challenge with the fireys, the ambos, the police, and that's probably one of our very heated, not very heated, it's friendly.
Competitive people, yeah.
It's not like they're all having fights with each other, police arresting ambulance officers.
Give me your blood.
Give you your blood, that kind of stuff, but it's they all get behind it. A lot of the police and the ambulance officers and the fireys all love it. They get behind it and come and donate, and that brings about 3,000 donations a year we get from all those crews. That's just WA, so there's huge involvement.
How does this account for plasma and platelets?
So we basically count all donations as one for these challenges you say, but these are the 5 donations that were a combination of blood, plasma and platelets. So yeah. So you can, this is an easy way, if you haven't registered to donate yet, you can QR code this.
Take your phone out, people.
You can sign on if you wanted to get on board and donate. Or you can see Eleanor, and she'll sort it all out for you. We've got all the enrolment forms and everything. But we are always looking for people to come on board. So if you're willing and able to donate, we would love to have you. And we've got donor centres all over. So this is the main one in the city. We've got them all over Perth, the Midland, Edgewater, Rockingham, Fremantle, Cannington, Morley. So they're spread out everywhere. You don't have to just come here. So you can even donate near home. So for anyone that's not in the city, it's easy for you to come and donate as well as Albany and Bunbury. We've got 2 regional centres. So
And your call centre is bloody persistent.
they are, yes.
Very effective.
Incredible. Yeah.
I basically told them there's one guy Nick he didn't call.
It's called enough.
That's good that they listen to me. That's good. So that's basically it from me. I'm happy to take any questions from anyone. But we've, like I mentioned, 15 lives saved today from the blood that you guys have given. That's a pretty good thing to be able to tell people. So we like to celebrate our donors and let them know that they're very valuable to us because they are. We can't really go and buy blood anywhere at a Coles supermarket. It doesn't really work that way. So we do rely on people to come in and give us some of their time and some of their blood.
I've noticed that in the last few years, the Red Cross system kind of like have improved and try and like really put into perspective what donating means. Like the last couple of times that I donated, I got a text message saying like your blood is on the way to Bustleton Hospital or whatever.
Yes, that's right.
How important do you think that is for donors to know like how their blood is being
It's
used? and
huge.
stuff?
So basically connecting the donors to the why is the big thing that helps people stay motivated, helps people coming back to donate. So we've got the system where each blood bag has a barcode on it, which is very easy for us to get together. When that barcode gets scanned, it gets processed, it gets scanned, it goes into the fridges in our head office across from the hospital. When we get a request from Perth Children's Hospital, so we need B positive blood for a child that's needing intubation surgery or whatever they're having, get the B positive bag, scan it, gets registered by a system, blood bag goes straight to the hospital, you get a text message that says, hey, your blood's going to Perth Children's Hospital, is going to be used today. So you've got a few of those, which is fantastic, and it makes you feel great about what you've just done. So yeah, very important to be able to connect the donors to the why and actually show them what they're doing.
You can feel just as good for as well.
Yeah, sure. You were saying you can't buy blood from the supermarket,
Yes.
but with such a big imbalance between supply and demand, why hasn't someone come up with a smart
The synthetic blood.
device? Yes.
There is actually synthetic blood, but it doesn't have the same kind of fresh qualities and the natural biological elements and little nuances that real blood has. It can be used for some things, like the synthetic blood, but it can't be used for all issues. So we still need to collect blood from people.
So just start charging you to create a bigger economy.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
And that's shown in other countries. So in the US, for example, they pay people for their blood donations, and it's privatised as well. So I think there's about 3 or 4 companies that actually collect blood and then get it to the hospitals, but it's all sold.
Yeah.
But they pay, it's about $50 per plasma donation. But one of the things they do is they place these the donor centres in lower socioeconomic areas. So people are a bit more desperate to come in and donate blood. They're a bit more incentivised to lie on their questionnaires to say, no, I'm not sick, or no, I haven't injected any drugs, no, I haven't done this, which then they can do their donation and go through, and then you've got contaminated blood supply and you've got issues there, and that's a whole other set of issues which we don't have, because a lot of people aren't going to bother lying to come and get a sausage roll. So, some people might, but not a lot of people.
No one's looking at you.
Yeah. So it's a very different system that we have here, but this altruistic based system works for Australia, and it hasn't caused any issues so far, which is good. Fingers crossed, touch wood.
Once the blood has been donated and you like obviously keep it refrigerated, how long can you keep the blood for?
So we can keep whole blood for 42 days before it expires, but we end up using it by about 8 to 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a lot quicker than that sometimes, but 8 to 10 days it gets used. Plasma, we can actually freeze it and store it for 12 months. And there's 18 different life-saving products we can create with plasma. So we're always looking, plasma is it's not a new thing, it's been a thing for a couple of years now, but it's what hospitals are demanding more of. We can actually create more products and help more people with plasma. So this is what we're kind of guiding our donors towards, which is what Tristan donated today.
And you can donate more often as well.
You can do plasma
Yeah.
every 2 weeks. You can do whole blood every 12 weeks or every 3 months.
Yeah.
So this is where the companies like Water Corporation, we're doing about 1,600 donations a year. The BHPs, the PWCs, all these groups that they've been encouraged. Their management have said, we're going to get involved in this. We're going to donate blood. Go as often as you can. They can do it on work time, and they just come through, donate blood, get their free food, and help kind of save people's lives, which is fantastic. Yeah.
And with plasma, the gap between you having donated plasma and having a cold beverage, that gap is a lot lesser. Motivation. You didn't need already motivation.
There you go. The new Lifeblood spokesperson. Any other questions?
No, I'm just wondering if anyone online has any question they would like to ask Dave. Remove your microphone off and put it on if you would like to ask any question.
Come on, Sam.
Someone saying Sam might have a question.
We know you're there.
Sounds like
That's
something
so good.
All right. Well, that's all from me. I'll let you guys carry on with the meeting.
Thank you so much. We
I
have.
was going to say, Dave, you and Gemma have been awesome in really enabling us this opportunity. I know that this Lifeblood facility is a very risk-averse facility, of course, health-related. So I know you guys take a bit of effort to not only allow us this facility to congregate, but also the opportunity to donate. So, on behalf of the team, thanks for the time you've given us.
That's all right. You're very welcome. Thanks for donating for the people that took the time to do it today, and hopefully we can see a few more people in soon and come and donate some blood. It'd be great.
Yeah, we'll campaign a little bit harder. But thanks, Dave. And
Oh, wow,
I'm
thank
sure
you.
Gemma will make you share the chocolate with her, but you don't have to tell her. And just a certificate of appreciation
thanks
to the
very
Lifeblood
much.
team for hosting us
That's
tonight.
excellent. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Who am I? Who am I? Good question. My name is François. I'm French. I'm a management consultant. Used to work with Nick. Have good fun in Singapore.
Hey.
I joined Rotary with my wife at the beginning of the year, and actually got inducted. Got inducted during the ELA backup blitz in April this year. So as you see, we were probably in total over the day about 30 members coming in throughout the day. So we started down, finished at dusk, pretty much. But it was an incredibly amazing experience and great opportunity for me and my wife to be inducted at. We basically redesigned and refurbished the backyard at ELA, one of their shelter houses near Coburg. And probably a few additional projects that we are looking at completing later in the coming years. So stay tuned, there will be more to come. So other events included the Catwalk Hop Shop, so it was an incredibly successful event, fully sold out. So we held, it was held again at HELA, at the Hop Shop in Coburg. And over the day, we managed to sell realize approximately $4,000 worth of profit. So very successful day, and a big congratulations to everyone who was part of it. So REC is also about social events and fun, and a social event organized on May 15th is one of those. So it was a free-spirited get-together for members, a family-friendly picnic at the Burstwood Park, and a great opportunity to socialize outside of our usual social volunteering work. More recently, the Agile Planning Day was hosted on May 22nd. There was a very good turnaround. For my part, unfortunately, could not attend, but for the other 30 members, I think that they found it a very successful and beneficial day. Most importantly, the team came up with 5 key projects, and I list them. So the Catwalk Hop Shop 2.0, the Rotaract Ball, the Halloween Bar Crawl, and the speaker series at the platform. I probably need to know more about this. I'm very curious. And the art event for charity to be confirmed. The day concluded with a grazing table and some prosecco at the in a wine bar. And a big shout out to the Volunteering WA and Rotary West for supporting this event. And then finally, the REC networking drinks. So we are organizing with the Rotary Perth City Club, Perth City East, sorry, and held at the HQ bar. And would like to give a shout out to a special guest, Maya Moffitt from the Destiny Rescue, a charity that rescues children from slavery. Very fun. And Nick tells me that you raised $560. So this is out of papers. Wow. All right. So, well, once again, thank you very much to all our members. And just to quote a few, thank you in particular to Melissa, Nick, Min, Elena, and all others who participated or organized those events over the last couple of months.
You all good? Excellent.
Not too much.
So we're going to formally acknowledge and welcome our new members. So I believe some of them are here in person or online. We have Aziz Farouk. I think Aziz, you're online. Can you give us a shout out and introduce yourself briefly if you're still there? No? Maybe he had to leave. Chloe is here in person. Chloe, would you like to just briefly come up and introduce yourself?
Sure.
Or yeah, it's probably
I'll get this
easier.
one first.
Cool. Go on, introduce yourself to the people.
Hi guys, I'll sit down, might be easier. I'm Chloe. I've only joined Rotary a couple of weeks ago, but super excited to be officially part of the team. I helped Melissa with the Ayla Catwalk event, and that's what inspired me to join. Also have met quite a few people that are part of Rotary over the last few years, so yeah, they've given a really good spin on it. Plus they are all awesome people, so I'm just looking forward to meeting even more awesome people. So yeah, that's my little kind of update.
Thanks, Chloe.
Thank you.
I met Chloe at Samantha Tuesday's birthday party.
It got roped in.
Wow, that dead connection.
But it worked out well.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Welcome, Chloe. We also have James Denham. I think, James, you're online. If that's right, did you want to introduce yourself briefly?
Hi. Yeah, let me just turn my camera on. I don't know if that's working.
Hi, James. We can see you, yeah.
I'm James Denman. I've only joined a couple of weeks ago, and I did it at the same time that I was starting a whole big internship thing, so I've not really had any time to do anything yet. But hopefully I am going to be helping with the website and stuff like that.
Awesome. Welcome. And Ryan, you're here in person. Did you want to come and introduce yourself so that people online can see you as well?
I'm scared to go over there.
No, you're fine. You can do
we
it.
don't
You
buy it.
don't touch anything. Nick won't allow us to
Oh.
touch anything. Just sit down.
I'm getting more scared.
Because I'll touch it.
You're right.
We'll just go off.
Yeah, it will.
Cool.
Look at that smouldering picture, Mono.
Oh,
It's like men of GQ.
I literally only have one photo.
That's
it.
photo.
Well, if you
Because-
get Dean, you're going to get a few
You're
more.
gonna get
Yeah, because whenever I try to do it, because the thing is, I just got like a new camera, and it was the shutter was so fast that I was in between laughing, which is why it looks like that. Because otherwise I just can't do it. I look really creepy if I try to recreate the photo. A bit about me. Still at university. I'm studying journalism, advertising. Don't really know what I want to do. I was working on an assignment for journalism on a program called Roots TV. I don't know if you guys have heard
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, then I ended up filming one of their events. Met a bunch of people there, and a few people talked about you guys. And yeah,
What did they say, that we were the best?
Yeah.
You had to say that.
Because they said you should join a Rotary, like this Rotary, and I'm like, Rotary. I don't know. I just had a different idea of what Rotary sort of is, and then I looked at what you guys do. I looked at all the photos. I imagine Dean probably did. They're actually quite good.
Coming from a student journalist, you know.
Yeah, like they're actually really nice. I'm really jealous.
Who wrote this?
He gave you some notes to read, right?
Oh, you know, he's paid me. But yeah, and now I'm really interested in what you guys do. Interested in getting involved, and I will donate blood too.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh,
I think we forgot something. Chloe didn't get any applause.
I applauded you.
I didn't even notice, that's fine.
and then Samantha, you're online. Would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Sam.
I'm so excited to join your Rotary Club. For anyone that doesn't know me, I have been in the Rotary family for a while, and I am a current Rotaractor as well. So I always knew I wanted to join Rotary, but hadn't quite found the club that was for me. Until this year, I saw all the amazing things that Rep was doing, and it just, felt like it was the place for me. So I'm very excited to start getting involved next year when my Rotaract commitments become a bit less high pressure. But yeah, I'm so impressed with everything you do. There's so many amazing people in your club, and I'm really excited to hopefully become one of them. So thank you, and I look forward to meeting you at the changeover.
Thank you and welcome. Are you going to change the slide for me too now?
Yeah.
So I would like to introduce our next special guest, which is basically going to be the member highlight. So you may know Dean as Animal, you may know Dean as the man behind the camera, or you may just know him as a fellow Rotarian. But did you know that Dean regularly donates plasma to the Red Cross? It was only fitting that he would be our member highlight tonight, given that he has reached a key milestone of 135 donations.
Wow.
Please join me in welcoming Dean.
Okay, guys, I can't improvise, so I actually wrote something. So I apologize if I'm looking down a bit. But yes, hi, my name is Dean, and I have too many jobs. I am a gardener, I am an archivist, I'm a photographer, I'm a business psychology consultant. I have too many jobs, but I have another job. Once a fortnight, I come down here, I engage in witty banter, I sit down, and then somebody stabs me. Somehow, this is the most important job I have. Now, ordinarily in speeches about donating blood, somebody in my position would be talking about how their mom has cancer and dad needs all of the blood because he's a vampire or something, and my best friend has leukemia, and we need to do it for them. And these are all valid reasons. But all my friends are boring. Nobody I know needs blood, or at least not other people's blood. No. I volunteer to be exsanguinated on a partially exsanguinated on a fortnightly basis. Because, as a healthy dude devoid of any disqualifying qualities, that's my civic duty, you know? That's what must be done. Nobody got that. Yeah,
I got it.
because people that I don't know, people's mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, sons and daughters, they need the stuff that's inside of me. To live a little longer, to improve what are already pretty short lives on this planet of ours. The same stuff that is inside of that guy, and you, and you, and you, and you, and all of you. I'm really talking about this because I've really recently become afraid of dying. Like, I used to have a very laissez-faire approach to life, thinking it was just my life. But, you know, it's not. Like, we're all in this together, and we are all just the good we do for other people, yeah? Seems stupid to squander that in my case in like not obeying OSHA. I wasn't a fan of safety lines. It made me feel like a sissy. But now I worry that I'm going to shuffle off this mortal coil not having done all the good I could do. That I leave and I haven't made the world a better place for people to come afterwards. So I know I came for the same reason that you guys did. Like 1, for the holocracy donuts over there, and 2, to make things better for people, to improve the lives of people. And I really can't think of an easier way to make a difference, make a real tangible difference, than, well, an easier way at least, than coming here, literally giving a life, or 3 lives, really.
Or 405, according to how many donations you have.
Hey, let's not be talking about that. So yeah, blood, plasma, platelets, it's as simple as sitting down with a book and squeezing your fist for 10, 40, or 80 minutes, respectively. So why aren't you? Now, like, I know some of you have got disqualifying medical qualities, like you have an alien growing inside of you. But it was very heartening to see the rest of you all putting your phones up there, scan the QR code to register for your next, or first, blood donation. So well done, everybody. Now, apparently I got to talk about myself as well, so I'll keep it short. Like, I was born at an early age to a couple of really wonderful parents. I have a really cool sister. I'm a proud graduate of Middle Senior High School and later Curtin University in psychology, apparently. They let me graduate. What else do I do? By day, I'm a business psychology consultant for our venerable district governor in Rotary, as a matter of fact, John Bilson. By night, I work for another Rotarian, Rex owns Sky Gilligan, as a photographer. But how did I actually come to be in Rotary? Well, honestly, it's because I like boundaries. I have an inability to say no to things, an inability to say no to the cool shit we do. Can I swear? The cool stuff we do here. My inability to say no to all your lovely, smiling faces. And of course, my inability to say no to the cult stuff. That's why I'm here. The boring answer, of course, is that I met this fantastic human specimen here early last year, trying to hire him for some Curtin University shenanigans, and we sat down for coffee, and it was love at first sight. And flash forward a week later, and wouldn't you know it, COVID hits us well and truly, and we're all in lockdown. But hey, while everybody else is going bored and playing with jigsaw puzzles, I've got like the Rick family, and we're talking every night, and we're doing stuff. Case in point, 3 weeks later, Nick and I are in the kitchen of Al from Royale's Chicken and Beef Burgers doing the first episode of Come Cook With Me, like live streaming burger making to the homes of 140 people and raising $1,500 for charity. And then, of course, doing tequila shots with Al's dog. Anyway, things got a little fuzzy for me. Point is, Rotary allowed me to harness all the weird and savage and unsocial inclinations of mine and let me channel them into something useful for once. My word. I want to be a cameraman. Good. Now we have a cooking show. That's raising money for charity. It turns out I really like talking to old people. Great. Now I'm basically tech support for the 1,000-odd geriatrics that make up Rotary district. My life's ambition is actually just to play in the mud. Great. We get to shovel 12 tons of cement. Ferrocrete for Ayla. I really drank the Rotary Kool-Aid. I knew it was either this, or the army, or like the Church of Satan, I guess. I think I chose the right cult. The right cult for me. Now, what do I actually do in Rotary? Whew. Well, if you've been at a rec event in the last year, I've probably shoved a camera in your face. Definitely shoved a camera in your face. I also do a lot of video editing work that you see online for rec. I've managed to invent a secretary role for Perth's chapter of Rotary Means Business. Why? I don't know. But that is a monthly meeting of some of the finest minds in Rotary and in Perth wider that come together to hash out better ways of doing business and improving our communities. So if you're interested in either, you should definitely drop by the Duxton on the first Tuesday of every month, but I'm not sure. And this last year, I've also had the privilege of serving on the Rotary District 9455 board as the board intern. What did I do? Well, it was a life-changing experience. I got to helm the largest congregation, largest gathering of Rotarians in a decade at Opera Stadium. Slowly dragging Rotary into the 21st century, the struggle is real. Sowing the seeds of a Rotaract Club at ECU. And there's housing going up for people experiencing homelessness in Boston right now. That exists because of a spreadsheet I put together on a whim 3 months ago. And that Rotary and my role as board intern has given me the opportunity to do good in a way, in a scale that I never would have thought possible. Hobbies, I get asked that a lot. I don't have time for hobbies. Do I sound like a guy that has time for hobbies? I put a lot into Rotary. Money, time, sanity. I received far more in return. A career, a purpose, a new life. The love of my life, my darling Melissa. The love of my life, John Bilson. And the other love of my life, the fantastic, the dynamic, and the ever so handsome Nick Lynn. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you. No, it's done.
I wouldn't have missed that for quids. That district changeover as well.
Wow, that'd be hard to continue after that. Has anyone would like to share any of their experience as a donor? Has anyone online ever donated in the past and would like to share their experience? No? I will share my experience. It's not as exciting as Dean. I haven't reached 135 donations. But my commitment, I'm guessing I'll call it like that, to donate blood and improve people's life started when I was in university in Belgium. I decided to create a blood donation day in university. So the Red Cross people came to us. We turned one of the tutorial rooms into a water donation center. So they brought in beds and we had people queuing up all day to drop in and out and donate blood. So that's when that kind of passion started, and I donated in 3 different countries. So I donated in Belgium, England, and Australia. So wherever I will be, going in the world, I will always make sure that I will donate blood. And again, like Dean was saying, I feel like it's the right thing to do. If you have healthy blood that you can donate, and I'm O negative, so I'm a universal donor. Why not? It's very easy, it doesn't take long, and you can save life just like that. So, yeah, anyone else like to? TK, you've donated quite a few times. Would you like to share your experience?
Well, apart from good food, I think it really became quite apparent after, like Elena mentioned earlier, you get a notification about life you saved. And I think that really hits home. The fact that, like, we see people in distress all the time. Anyone could, God forbid, end up in a traumatic situation where blood would be necessary. I guess knowing that you made a contribution helps potentially and actually save lives. So I guess it comes down to service above self in a sense that no matter what contribution you make to the community, no matter how big or small you think, whether it's public or not public, giving blood is a simple way of you helping.
And we actually have a couple of people that have been donating for the first time tonight. 2 stickers. You got your stickers?
Yes.
Which is wonderful. And then Kero as well.
It wasn't actually the first time, but the first time was 45 years ago.
Just wanted a sticker.
It's just Yeah, well, I got a stick for that because the other one was prehistory, but you know.
So they really make you feel special. They look after you. They give you stickers. You know, they give you snacks. If you faint a little bit, they'll give you oxygen and thank you. Talking from experience,
You're very brave.
All right, let's go into forecast. So, forecast. Here we go. Francois, did you want to do the forecast, or would you like me to? Do that? Yeah, cool. You're comfortable there? Good. All right, so this is basically what's exciting. We talked about the highlight reels, which is in the past. It was cool, but it's all done. So if you're looking for ways to get involved, give back to the community, have fun, this is basically what's coming up. So all of these events are available for you to register. We do have the Migrant Refugee Workshop that has been moved and it's now going to be in July and August. We have the Budding Sausage Sizzle on the 17th of July, which is a very easy and fun opportunity to give back and raise funds for the club, so we can continue to do the amazing thing that we do. We have the networking drinks in July, the mental health first aid in August, so that will be 2 Saturday morning, I believe. And it will basically give us like really good life skills and ways that we can understand and recognize signs of poor mental health and how we can help improve people's life. We do have Vinnie's Clothes Soto, that's in August. The Spirit of Little Things will be in a very exciting event, including gin of course, but also fundraising for a great cause. We have a guest speaker, Judge Charlotte Wallace, that is going to be coming in and basically sharing her experience working, a woman working in a men-dominated industry. So obviously she's a judge, but it will be a very relatable experience that can be applied to a lot of different industry, and it's a really strong woman empowering kind of event. If you're a member, you still can come. We're inclusive. Now, I've kept this one for last because this is going to be the really fun, big sort of party event that we have. That's just at the end of the month on the 24th of June, which is the changeover. The changeover is when we reflect on the year, we announce a new incoming board members, we thank all of the members for their amazing contribution to the year that has gone. We reshuffle the squad. So the squads are all smaller team that we have in the club, and basically just a big celebration.
Yeah. It's mandatory.
So this is just the upcoming project that we just talked about. Okay, so we wanted to do some special recognition for our fabulous member. We have many of them. It's hard to sort of pick special events that have happened, but we wanted to acknowledge TK for winning the WA Community Multicultural Community Award.
Yeah.
Is that the right person? And then we have 2 baby news. We have Nick and Lucy. Congratulations. Wow. And me.
Looks like yours is way more developed than ours. So big.
They do look like alien. You're right, Dean.
How's an avocado at the moment?
Oh, okay. Mine is a pea pod. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other news or any shout out that we missed out and now we should give? I feel like we should shout out that Ryan, it's your birthday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday. So, happy early birthday.
Thanks. Drinks tonight, mate. It's happening.
And then we are gonna wrap up with a president message from Nick.
Okay.
I believe we have 2 members tonight, but we'll keep the induction for the fun changeover. I'll leave that with you, Nick. Thank
and
you.
then hand over to you to close.
No, I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll be really brief because we're a little bit over, but thank you so much for everyone for dialing in and joining us in the in this really cool location. Like when we created the summits, we didn't actually know how they would properly be duplicated out. We just knew the first one was an experiment at Sky's house, and we thought, oh, we could kind of do this again. And each time they'd be getting better and better with more diverse stories and donuts and food and different locations. So thank you to, I keep laughing when I think of you guys' name, but mine's just about just as ridiculous. The Captain Planet for putting on tonight. It's yeah, it's really nice to see the expression of each of our members coming to the fore in each of the summits. But briefly, last night we hosted our last board meeting of the year, and it was a bittersweet moment because we'll be saying goodbye to two of our most longest standing directors, Alex and Danny, at the end of this financial year. But it's also sweet because we'll be welcoming 3 new directors in Kiru, Sean and Chad, which we're really excited about. The club is growing and we're receiving lots of interest from the community to join, people who've never been to events, who've never even been part of us, been following our journey online and asking to be members. It's a really exciting place to be. But alongside that, we're also hearing stories of people going, so I didn't tell you this on the phone, Ryan, but the name of the company called again, the video company?
Roots TV.
Roots TV.
Yeah.
Roots TV were our partner at the first Come Cook With Me event. And so it's really nice to see those seeds that we sowed basically this time last year coming to fruition a whole year later. And so what I'd invite all of you to consider is that the projects you're involved in, the community impact that you're having, is just seeds. And although they may be tiresome and rewarding in that moment, the real reward is the trees that we're growing long term and the stewardship that we have over this community that's growing. So 2 things, closing messages. The first is please help us to continue to grow this community. The lifeblood of our club are our members, and the product of the club are the ideas and contribution from our members. So we can only do stuff if members contribute. And we can only continue to do stuff if we continue to grow and have new members. So that's really important, and welcome to all the new members tonight. And the second one is, it's been a massive year. Full disclosure, we had a huge change in how we operated, how we organised ourselves at the start of the year, and it was a big band-aid to rip off. It was exciting in some ways, it was also terrifying in others. And we made it out the other side with some incredible results. On the 24th of June, at our changeover, that's when we'll be celebrating. And so I really boldly request that every member attends with a loved one. We're going to be throwing drinks on included. There's going to be cheese, there's going to be presents and surprise presents. And it's a really great opportunity to meet everyone. Our ambition of the directors has always been to get the community of REC together. But it's never a hard mandate because we all have busy lives, we're all up to big things in our own lives. What I'm asking though for this circumstance, if you can please make it available that you come and join us. As you saw on the photos, we're all about community, we're all about family. So we'd love to see mums there, mum's coming, children there, other family members to celebrate the culmination of a massive year and to welcome the new board in who will be taking us through into the new financial year. So thanks everyone for coming tonight. Thank you Eleanor and Captain Planet, and thanks everyone for just coming along and being awesome. I love how authentic and real you guys are, and it's such a great community to be a part of. So for everyone online, thanks so much. We're going to continue on with our donuts, chocolates, cheese, and other drinks. Ella?
Yeah, I was just going to acknowledge that Sass tuned in from, I don't know if he's still there, but tuned in from Port Hedland. Sass is part of Captain Planet and has been a Rotary member, I think, from the very beginning. And despite the fact that he's now remotely located, he still contribute and support the club in other ways. So thank you very much, and thank you to the team, Captain Planet, for putting this event together, TK for organising the blood donation, Jivini for putting the slides together, and Francois for the fun mentee question workshop. And thanks for everybody that tuned in online and attended in person.
Thanks.
No, I sit down and then I get fed.
I
think it's that easy.
Going,
It is.
so yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, the minis are.
Oh, yeah, yeah.